rounds. If I could have done it earlier, I would have, but it's a breaking down job. You know, many ways to skin a cat, and I've done it in the end. So yeah, we're here now.
It's officially over for Joshua. He's now out in the cold with the wolf pack. Forget about it. Idiot. Coward. Always needing to have the minerals to fight the Gypsy King. Good luck.
I've always believed it. Now, it's not even questionable. And like, he's the most humble guy you'll ever meet. I'm not. I've got the best heavyweight in the world, and his name is Anthony Joshua.
We won't talk about him. He's not worth talking about, is he? You know, he's not a boxer. He's what they call a cameraman, isn't he? You know, he don't fight when he's supposed to fight. You know, and at the end of the day, I don't want to talk about it. The country, the world want to see, especially Britain, want to see Anthony Joshua v Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury v...
Breaking news. Anthony Joshua exploded at Tyson Fury during the latest press conference after Fury had previously come at him aggressively at an earlier event. AJ confronted Tyson directly face-to-face while security kept a close watch. Fans went absolutely wild as both heavyweight stars exchanged heated words, turning the press conference into yet another dramatic and deeply personal confrontation.
No idea. I mean, I don't know who the team is and where he's going. I mean, it's, you know, has he left that too late? You know, I've made my views very clear about him over the last few years. He's lacking defence and what he is.
Francis Ngannou steps forward and
Francis Ngannou stepped forward and gave a really interesting look at what was actually happening inside that tense press conference. He said Joshua started getting genuinely angry and very upset. And Ngannou admitted that at the time he did not even fully understand what was going on around him. But that detail right there tells you everything you need to know. When even someone as calm and experienced as Francis Ngannou is left confused by the level of chaos that Joshua and Fury created, things have clearly gone way too far.
He said, he started to get really mad, upset about it, like, yes, this is how they do to get fighter tired. But at the time, I didn't know what was going on, you know.
Anthony Joshua delivered one of the most powerful statements of the entire press conference. He said he has never felt fear in his life. He has always been willing to compete with anyone put in front of him. He knows exactly who he is. And then he dropped the most serious warning of everything, saying that if you keep pushing him you are going to see the worst side of him. Joshua then said something genuinely sharp. The loudest person in the room is sometimes the weakest. That was a direct and clear shot aimed straight at Fury.
I've never had that feeling of fear. It's more, I've always been quite willing to compete with everyone. I know who I am. I'm someone like, if you push me, you're gonna get the worst of me, but if not, we're cool.
Yeah.
But I don't need to come around there like, what? I've seen people like that, and I've seen the strongest of men sit back quietly. What do they say, the loudest one in the room?
Eddie Hearn stepped in and revealed something completely explosive about the situation inside the Fury family. He said Tyson Fury's own son has publicly stated that his father is no longer the fighter he once was. The family has openly split, and Eddie said he hates seeing this play out. A father and son going at each other in public is painful to watch for anyone. But this internal Fury family drama is exactly what made their energy at this press conference so chaotic and so completely out of control.
He's actually said is that Tyson Fury is no longer that fighter. He's split up with Tyson for now. And what do you make of that? Do you feel like Tyson isn't there no more? Do we not know right now?
I don't, you know, I watched the interview. I think it's, you know, I hate to see that. You know, I hate to see, especially father and son speaking publicly, and, you know, like, I don't even really want to comment on it.
Prince Fury then stepped forward and absolutely unloaded on Anthony Joshua. He said every single member of the Fury family is a boxer and they are all fighting for titles. And then Prince delivered his harshest verdict on Joshua, calling him a complete coward and a chicken, saying Joshua does not want to fight, and that you could actually hear it in his voice at the press conference, claiming he was shaking and stepping back. But here is the thing worth pointing out. Prince Fury is talking about his father's fight while his own father and grandfather cannot even be in the same room together without creating an international incident.
Fury in the family's a boxer. Yeah. We're all fighting for the title. It's not gonna be fucking fighting between random people. It's gonna be competitive between the friends. I've got like 80 cousins who all want to be world champions, so, and we're all quite big.
What last one? What did you make of obviously your dad had a few words about Joshua. They said he's only interested to come and fight Joshua. Otherwise, he's not really interested in kind of fighting again, even if he's not fighting Joshua. What did you make of that?
Joshua's a pussy. He don't want to fight. He's a chicken. Simple. He didn't want to fight. Listen, I can hear it in his voice. He was fucking shaking. Did you hear that shit? He stood back and fucking backed off. No, I don't know about that. But listen, if he wants to fight, he can fight. He's probably gonna...
Anthony Joshua stepped back up and delivered the most confident and composed statement of the entire press conference. He said people already know what he is about. He does not need to explain himself. He does not need to justify anything. People already know. And Joshua is completely right about that. Because despite everything that happened at this heated press conference, despite all the chaos and shouting and circus behavior that Fury and his family created, people genuinely do know what Anthony Joshua is about. They know he is a two-time world heavyweight champion who earned his place at the very top of this sport through real hard work and dedication.
People know what I'm about. People know what I'm about. You don't even have to ask that question. People know what I'm about.
We know also that you've been back in the gym and just feeling it out. Eddie's talked about that. What's that been like?
Tyson Fury dropped the most savage and most personal insult of the entire press conference, calling Joshua a complete coward and saying Joshua should have said yes right away. But here is what makes this so deeply ironic. Tyson Fury is calling Anthony Joshua a coward at a press conference while his own father is creating chaos in the building, while his own son is publicly saying Tyson is no longer the fighter he was, and while his entire family is falling apart right in front of the whole world to see.
I think AJ's a shithouse, and he should have said yes straight away. He's got to think about it. Maybe he needs another 10 fights, another 10 years. But him, this is about the Gypsy King. Come on! If it's not him, then somebody else.
Darren Till stepped in and tried to bring some much-needed perspective to the complete madness surrounding this Joshua versus Fury press conference situation. He said yes, it is a new concept and not traditional boxing, but it is exciting and it is pulling in new viewers, new audiences, and new fans to the sport. And Darren makes a genuinely fair point. The spectacle of Joshua and Fury going at each other with this level of raw emotion and intensity creates exactly the kind of unmissable content that the sport badly needs right now. But the question that every serious boxing fan is asking remains simple. Is all this press conference drama actually good for the sport, or is it just making both men look like they care more about the entertainment side than about what actually happens inside that ring when fight night finally arrives?
Yeah, do you know what? It's a new concept. Obviously, it's not your traditional boxing like the Wardley and stuff like that, but it's exciting and it's dragging a lot of people in, a lot of eyes.
Johnny Nelson stepped forward and delivered the most mature and most important message of the entire conversation, directed specifically at Anthony Joshua. He said as long as Joshua learns from everything, from the press conference chaos, from the mistakes, from the moments where emotion took over and professionalism went out the window, he can go as far as he wants in this sport. Nelson said Joshua has all the ingredients needed to become a world champion again, the size, the power, and the pedigree, but he has to stay disciplined. He has to pour all that passion and anger into his preparation and his performance and not into heated press conference confrontations that give Tyson Fury and his chaotic family exactly the reaction and attention they were looking for from the very beginning.
As long as he learns from that fight, he can go as far as he wants to go. He's got to learn. He's got to learn from the mistakes he's made. He's got to make sure, there's a discipline. He's got all the ingredients to be able.
Tyson Fury absolutely exploded, and the words coming out of his mouth were genuinely shocking even by his own remarkable standards. He called Joshua a big stiff idiot and a weak-minded individual and promised a long verbal onslaught was still coming. But here is the most important thing that everyone watching this press conference needs to truly understand. Tyson Fury screaming these words while his family is falling apart around him, while his own son says he is no longer the fighter he was, and while his father is causing chaos at every single event, is not the behavior of a confident man. It is the behavior of a man who is desperately trying to hide something from everyone around him.
Some bad words about him. I've never said anything bad about you here, ever. You ain't even heard bad. I haven't even started on you, you big stiff idiot. If you think that's bad, you're on for a verbal onslaught, buddy. You weak-minded piece of
Oladipo stepped forward after everything that unfolded at this extraordinary press conference and said he simply could not believe what he was witnessing. He said maybe just maybe some of what happened came from somewhere else entirely. He admitted that sounds completely crazy but said he wanted to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. That is a fair and generous person trying to stay reasonable in the most unreasonable situation imaginable. But then he threw his hands up and said what the entire boxing world was already thinking. Joshua getting heated, Fury screaming insults, John Fury causing chaos, Prince Fury calling Joshua a chicken, Eddie Hearn defending his man, Frank Warren questioning everything. The whole situation was completely wild and nobody could honestly pretend otherwise.
Somehow in his system from other means, I know that might sound crazy, but I guess we have to give him the benefit of the doubt, do we? I'd like to think we do. But yeah, this is wild.
Alexander Usyk closed everything out. And he did not even need to mention Joshua or Fury directly to make the most powerful point of the entire conversation. He simply talked about bad behavior and street fights and said that what happened at this press conference was not about sport at all. It was about ego, about pride, about two men who have been circling each other for years finally exploding in the most public and most unprofessional way imaginable. Usyk, the undisputed pound-for-pound #1, watches all of this from the very top of the heavyweight division with the calm of a man who knows something that both Joshua and Fury have completely forgotten in all their heated press conference chaos. The fight does not get won at a press conference. It does not get won with insults. It does not get won with family drama or public meltdowns. It gets won inside those ropes with preparation, with discipline, and with intelligence. And while Joshua and Fury are busy screaming at each other in press conferences, Usyk is in the gym getting better, getting sharper, and becoming more dangerous every single day. And that is exactly why he is the undisputed champion and they are both still chasing him.
Listen, it's bad behavior, first. Enough. Yeah, it's a lot big about sports. It's a like street fight, yeah.
Anthony Joshua completely lost his patience toward the end of the press conference as tensions exploded around Tyson Fury once again. Joshua fired back with real intensity and made it crystal clear that he is tired of the talking, tired of the mind games, and tired of the constant disrespect coming from Fury's side. The atmosphere quickly turned chaotic as reporters and fans watched AJ raise his voice and send a direct warning that shocked everyone in the room. Joshua said he has already proven himself against the biggest names in the sport and believes Tyson Fury keeps finding ways to avoid the fight the whole world wants to see. AJ looked furious as he stared into the cameras and promised that if Fury finally signs the contract there will be nowhere left to run and nowhere left to hide. Fans inside the arena started shouting as security stepped in closer while both camps exchanged angry words. Joshua also suggested that Fury talks a big game outside the ring but may not be ready to handle the real pressure when the moment becomes absolutely real. The energy at the press conference turned completely electric as boxing fans online reacted instantly to AJ's emotional outburst. Some fans believe this is the angriest Anthony Joshua has looked in years and say the rivalry with Tyson Fury has now reached a completely different level entirely. As the press conference came to a dramatic close, Joshua walked away still visibly fired up while cameras kept following every second of the chaos. Now the entire boxing world is waiting to see whether Tyson Fury will respond publicly or whether this heated moment has finally pushed both heavyweight giants one step closer to the mega fight fans have been demanding for years. That is all for today's video. Stay tuned for the next one.